I'm Nathan from South Wales, and this is a video about a time that I went paintballing. Enjoy! The pain-induced grunts of my teammate should have been enough of an inkling to not advance further over the bridge, but I did it anyway. And there it was, the dreaded paintball straight to the shaft of my cock that left it bruised and looking like I'd had a violent wank. Hello, I'm Nathan from South Wales, and this is the one time I recorded an intensest fuck paintball match. It may not come off as intense to you watching, but fuck me, I felt like a member of SEAL Team 6 advancing on hostile forces armed with paintballs, only to be pinned down behind cover and separated from my squad mates. Here it is. So the game started with the objective being to grab the other team's flag, or until one of the teams ran out of players. A no respawns capture the flag, if you will. Our team, eager to take the middle of the map, sprinted forward like a band of hoodlums in overalls. Everyone splits up and I take cover behind a monkey of barrels, overlooking the enemy lines. My first target takes cover behind a derelict house straight out of Wild Millbridge End. And with my eagle-eyed aim, I quickly dispatch my first adversary. I could hear thuds of paint smashing against the barrels that sounded like a squirrel playing percussions with acorns on a tin roof during mating season. I'd made myself known to the enemy, and now I was the target. I decided to go prone just as smoke was deployed, as if somebody decided to have a gender reveal party amidst the chaos. This allowed my teammate some cover to move up, while I supported him with some suppressing fire. I couldn't cover him for long, however, as I spotted some dastardly foes moving up on my left flank. I had to prioritise them to try and stop them in their sneaky little tracks. My heart was racing 1,000 beats per minute. I felt like an army veteran, but probably looked more like Dad's army as I crawled between what little cover I had. My aim was on point, trigger finger jerking like a Catholic priest on an altar boy as I managed to take down another. I kept on shooting, pinning those fuckers down like they did to me. My focus zoned in, and I nailed a third combatant. Their numbers now dwindling like school kids in a mass shooting, and also unlocking me a UAV radar. The other team had now deployed their intimidating pink smoke on my left flank, and I knew it wasn't Pride today, but I still had to be more vigilant from behind. Half my team had seemingly been wiped out. I was lucky to get one comrade pinned adjacent to me. I wasn't alone, as I kept unloading balls like Riley Reid in a 10-man gangbang. The sight of my squad mate inspired me to fight on. Hoorah! Then, I noticed a second squad mate had joined me to my left, covering my flank, giving me the hope to press on. It didn't take long till we were back down to 2, but I still managed to pick a few more off as my fellow teammate to my right sauntered off the field like a walking wet kebab. He had been useful to divert the pellets, but now I was back to their main target. Not to worry though, at least I got the guy to my left still Oh, never mind. Fuck. I spotted a couple sneaky boys scurrying like little beige ninjas between cover. I felt acutely aware of my isolation up here. With enemies pressing in from both sides, I selected my target and unleashed a fury of rounds, pelting them like a concentration of bird shit slapping a car window. As my flurry of rounds hit my target, I was suddenly blindsided by a cunning sneak attack that took me off guard to my arse. I quickly got back up and the showdown commenced. Paint narrowly missing both of us before he tucked his tail and ran off, but it gave his squad mate just enough time to try to flank me from behind. I pelted this fella with absolute pinpoint precision, but this deceiving bastard didn't play to the rules and ignored my hits. Then I took some close fire over the top of the barrels. For a moment I thought I'd been hit. This was it. It was over. I did a quick pat down and to my benefit, no paint. I was in the clear. Now, to finally get this dodgy little prick. We exchanged fire, but I was also being shafted from my right and had to make for cover again. I'd resorted to meerkat tactics, popping my head up and down to get quick glimpses of their formation. They were pushing in numbers now. I felt like I was about to be rogered more times than a walkie-talkie. Another bell end entered my kill zone, and I unleashed a shower of paintballs across his overalls. At the worst possible moment, my gun seemingly jammed. All that cheating fucker behind me had to do was look across the barrels and pop me in my back, and that would be it. I couldn't let it end like that. After shaking it furiously like I would to my flaccid penis to get the last of the piss drops out at the Weatherspoon's urinal, I decided to test it out on Cheaty McCuntface. The clear flinch and withdrawal behind his cover, I knew I'd hit him again. This guy was a reprobate, and his dishonesty could be the death of me. I had no choice but to bide my time and put balls to overalls once again at first sight of this little cretin. It was not to be, however, as I heard a commotion from behind. Some of the enemy team had pushed up, seemingly unawares that I was still alive. I pummeled their bony arseholes until they couldn't withstand it any longer. One by one, I sent them back to their spawn. Surely my KD was unmatched, until that fucker from behind. That decrepit charlatan who seemingly enabled some form of real-world god mode nabs me in the back in the most undignified way. I should have turned around and nutted the cunt, but my respect and honesty of the game outshone my spite that day. And also I didn't realise how much I'd actually hit the cunt until watching back the footage. So I took my walk of shame, and as I white man jogged across the battlefield, watching the opposing forces close in on our team's flag, I thought, no, it wasn't a walk of shame. It was a walk of pride. I was a hero in the eyes of battle. I'd sat behind a bunch of barrels the whole game and wiped out half their squad. As I returned to the lobby, I met the gaze of my fallen comrades. Their eyes were fixed on me, and I could feel it beneath their masks. The unmistakable look of respect and honour. They admired the bravery and sacrifice I had displayed. A few tears may have even been shed, I don't know, I couldn't see. Though we lost the battle, I won the hearts of my fellow man. The game was done. I merged with the crowd, lost in the players, just one in the shroud. My accolades faded, unnoticed I tread, except for the GoPro perched on my head. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you.